So as you guys can see, the poster got a little crease today. Picked it up from Costco, and I ride a motorcycle most of the time. It's not really an issue, but the poster did not quite fit right, and going down the road, some guy honked at me and was like, "Hey, you dropped something back there." I flipped around, and sure enough, it'd been run over a few times, but it's okay. It's still in one piece. So this is me with shorter hair. It's my lovely wife, Courtney. This is the subject of my trivia speech today, Karl. One of my best friends, and then another best friend, Danny. So these are some of my favorite people, obviously. But Karl's who I'm going to be talking about. He's one of the nicest guys, really kind. He's fun to be around, and he's also very stylish. But I'm going to be talking about our history together, a story of how he's a hero, and the influence he's had in my life. So I've known Karl for about 12 years now. We met in middle school, and we played basketball together. Didn't hang out a ton, but in high school we did more so. We'd walk to school every day and play Halo and football and more basketball. In college he went to the University of Washington, so I didn't get to see him as much. But Courtney and I would travel up and see him in Seattle, go to concerts with him, and he was always coming back down to see his parents, obviously, and also we'd hang out a lot. And then in the last few years, we've started doing this annual trip. And so our first one, we flew across the United States to Philadelphia, and we saw one of our best friends, Pratik, over there. He goes to the University of Pennsylvania, and we went and saw New York, and it was a lot of fun. And then this last fall, we went to Hawaii, and it was an amazing week. Real blast there. And so Karl might not look like a hero, but he really is. So it's similar to this. We had a few more friends. There's about 8 or 9 of us at the beach. We were at Seaside, and it was one of those really unusual days at the Oregon coast where it's like 75 or 80 degrees, nice and warm, not too windy, and we were just having a good time. I was throwing the frisbee around with Danny, and all of a sudden we see this commotion out by the water, and Karl and another friend, Jeff, had decided they were to go swimming, which doesn't make sense in Oregon because the water is way too cold. But they decided to go swimming, and they kind of gotten pulled out. It was the tide was going out, and all of a sudden they looked back and they realized the beach was really a long ways away. And so they tried swimming in. Jeff isn't really a strong swimmer, and he was struggling a lot. And so Karl was trying to help him along, but he realized that he wasn't going to be able to pull Jeff to shore. And so Karl had made the tough decision that he was going to leave Jeff there, go get a lifeguard. And so Karl swam as fast as he can to the beach, and by some stroke of miracle, the truck with the lifeguard was passing by, and he waved him down and then got Jeff out. And so Karl really was a hero that day, even though he couldn't pull Jeff in himself, but he made the right decision. So we all have influences in our life, and Karl is by far one of the greatest influences in mine. I mean, my parents, my wife, obviously large influences, but Karl's influenced me in so many different ways. So even my music taste, as I go through my favorite songs, I can see how Karl's either recommended an artist or a music blog. We've been to concerts together. The clothing he wears, Karl's certainly a hipster. He's self-proclaimed. He's given me a lot of good advice over the years. He's actually a guidance counselor at the University of Washington, and he's always given me a lot of good advice. And then he's really the glue of all our friends, so he's always been a big influence in my life that way. So just to wrap up today, I talked about our history together over these last 12 years. We've talked about how Karl's a hero, and lastly, I mentioned how he's a strong influence in my life. In the future, I don't really know what's going to happen. So he's going to OHSU the next 4 years to do dentistry. So I'm looking forward to that, having him back in town consistently. And then after that, I'm not really sure. I don't really plan on living here forever. I want to see the world, but I don't know what Karl's going to do. But there's one thing I'm sure of. That's that I'm forever to be grateful to have had Karl as a friend, and